What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Odd Eyes Endymion deck profile. So let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure, if you're new to the channel, to hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Also, too, be sure to leave a like and a comment. That way we know what feedback you got from us, guys. So let's jump into this. Let's see what we're coming at you with. To start things off, we're running 3 of our Odd Eyes Art Pendulum Dragon. This guy's the heart and soul of the deck. You want to get him to your hand as fast as possible. When you get him to your hand, you get him play, start the way around him. He's going to help start getting the deck generating the way you want it to play. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I still like to run at least 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, even though this build is going more to the competitive, realm. I still like to run one of these because it can be searched out and it's a good body, and that double damage does make a big difference. I'm running 2 Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. This is just a good low skill and a very good body for defense on the board. To be able to negate them extra deck monster effects is very useful and helps keeping the plays going the way you want to. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Mirage. Odd Eyes Mirage is just the mascot of the deck. If plays come out the way you want to, you can get this guy in the hand, normal summon if you have to, and it's just a normal summon body that you can help get your plays going the way you want to. We're also running 1 Odd Eyes Performer Pile Dissolval. This guy's just a good card just to be able to help you get those fusion summon plays to get the way you want to. If push comes to shove and you attack with one of your pendulum monsters, he can be special summoned out of hand, and that can be very useful just getting extra body damage on board. Also running the small Endymion engine with the 3 Servant and the 1 Mighty Master. This is just a good engine to be able to special summon any of your monsters that can have spell counters put on. Special summon to the field is very useful. Mighty Master just be able to make sure you stop all those spell cards that can be very problematic to you. And if he's destroyed, to be able to get a spell card, normal spell card to the hand, very useful. I'm also running a small Mythical Beast engine. I'm running 1 Mythical Beast Master Cerberus and 2 Jackal. I like this little lineup right here for me personally. This little engine right here is going to be very needed going forward, considering the new hand traps that are coming out. Mythical Beast is just going to be one of those engines that you're going to have to make sure that you can keep them monster effects on lockdown. It's just something you want to have and just keep it on hand. The reason why I only run 1 Mythical Beast Master Cerberus, it is a level 8. I don't like running level 8s and level 7 pendulum deck. That's just me personally. But I do use it to special summon this guy out. If push comes to shove and he does get an extra deck, I use my Vortex, spin it back in, and just keep the play going again if I need to use it again. But to me, I like this little package right here. It works out good for me, and Jackal really puts the hurting on those hand traps. I really like that. We're also running 3 Chronograph Sorcerer and the 1 Time Gazer. Time Gazer is a very good card. Whenever he's normal summoned onto the field, he's going to make sure that you're able to, like if your opponent wants to snipe out one of your pen scales, it's going to make sure you can hate on that. Chronograph Sorcerer is just an extra good special summon. It's going to help you if one of your cards is destroyed. It's going to be another body on board, and if push comes to shove, you can't special summon another monster out of hand. So that could be very useful to you. We're also running the 3 Dark Worm and the 1 Donut, the Gate Zero. This is a very good little play too. Every pendulum deck wants to play this. A lot of other decks are starting to pick it up too. It's a very good card. If it's in the graveyard, special summon it to the field, get your free donut, and just go ahead and have some coffee time on your opponent. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running 1 Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. This is just another free special summon. The only reason why I'm running it 1, I don't really need to see it. It's good to see it when I do see it, but it's a once per duel effect. It can be normal summon, but it's just something I want to use extra just to help get extra bodies on board and get the plays going the way I want to. But that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, running 3 Allure Darkness. Allure Darkness just helps me get through the deck that much faster. I like that a lot. There's plenty of dark monsters in the deck. If things are not they're not the monsters that I need at the moment in time, go ahead and banish it out. Keep the plays going the way I want to. Also running 2 Into the Void. I like this card a lot. I'm starting to like it a lot. I run it over a lot of other cards only because it's like an upstart goblin. Just keep drawing the card that you need as long as you got 3 cards in hand. It works out very well. It also helps with the Endymion package and the Mythical Beast package, just to have an extra card that you can just flop down, get that spell counter and get a free little plus off of it. It's very useful. Speaking of, I'm running 1 Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin's just, you know, you're going to give your opponent 1,000 life points. That's okay, because you're usually going to take that back very fast. Get that free card draw that you want. Keep your plays going the way you want to. Also running, you know, my favorite searcher in the game, Spiral Flame Strike. This card is very good to be able to search out any of your level 7 odd odds monsters. It's very useful to you. Also too, if you have an odd odds card on the field, whether it be in your pendulum scale or in the monster zone, be able to pop a card. That can be very good spot removal for you and helps out with a lot of plays that you want to make. Also running 2 Duelist Alliance. I like to run this at 2. Me, I'm the type of person, I don't run, you know, real high number card decks, but I run what feels right to me. And I run 2 of this because I don't like to see multiple copies of this in my hand, but when I do see this, usually it's going to help me to get my Odd Odds Art Pendulum Dragon or my Odd Odds Pendulum Dragon. Those are the only targets I use for it. So, like I said, running 2 is good for me. I also run 1 Summoner's Art. This is just also to help make sure that I get to my Art Pendulum as fast as possible. I want to be able to see that in my hand first turn. That way I can get the plays going the way I want to. We're also running 3 Spell Power Mastery. This card is really good. It's stupid good to be able to search out your servant. If you have a servant already on board or a Mythical Beast card on board or whatever, a card that can put spell counters on it, to be able to put spell counter on it, and then this counts for however many spell counters already in the graveyard from this card, however many Spell Power Masteries, and also too it's going to put 1 on for itself. That's a pretty crazy effect, but to be able to search out the engine that helps get the deck rolling the way you want to, very good. I'm also running the 1 Terraforming, 2 Sky Iris, and the 1 Dragon Ravine. I like this little package a lot. It helps to get the plays going the way I want to. 2 Sky Iris, I like to run it in this build just because I don't want to see it too much. I want to see it, but I don't want to see it too much. I got other things I'm, you know, got the deck popping off doing. To be able to pop 1 of your cards, as long as you, like if you have Art Pendulum on the field, you pop 1 of your Odd Odds cards, you're going to get an Odd Odds search on top of getting the Special Summon Odd Odds. That's one of the plays I like to make. But it's just going to help you get the advantage that you want to get and get to play ball rolling the way you want to. Dragon Ravine is just going to help me get sure I get that Dark Worm in the graveyard. If push comes to shove, I can put other Odd Odds in there. But like I said, the main thing I'm wanting to do is get Dark Worm in the graveyard and get the plays going the way I want to. And lastly, for the spell cards, I'm running 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. I like to run these at 1 and 1 just because I can get the plays going the way I want to without having to send a bunch of stuff to the graveyard. But Dragon Shrine to make sure I get that Dark Worm in there. Sometimes I like to send my Odd Odds Art Pendulum Dragon to the graveyard, so that helps out get plays the way I want to. Also to run the 1 Foolish Burial to be able to send any of your monsters that you want to the graveyard and just keep the plays going the way you want to. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I'm running 2 Odd Odds Vortex Dragon. I like to run 2 Odd Odds Vortex Dragon most of the time. This is going to help me to be able to make sure that I keep a good negate on board that's, you know, for the theme of the deck, and it can help keep me special summon back and help keep plays going the way I want to. I tried to make the extra deck more built to, especially going forward, to try to play around some of these crazy cards that's coming out in the promo 10. So this is something I wanted to make sure that I could get on board, be able to recur it back, and also too, if I had to make one through Absolute's effect, I could do that also. I'm running 1 Odd Odds Meteor Burst. This is a good card. I like to be able to hate on my opponent's monster effects anytime I can, and that's something I really like to do because the way the game is going right now, that's what you do. You hate on your monster effects, or you hate on spell cards. So if you can do that, you pretty much got the game in lock. We're running 1 Odd Odds Absolute. Odd Odds Absolute is going to help you to get that just good kind of like Monster Reborn effect. Whenever your opponent attacks, you can negate, detach the material. Especially some of the odd eyes is very useful. Also too, if he's sent to the graveyard, to be able to special summon one of your odd eyes from your extra deck could be very helpful and very problematic for your opponent. I run 1 number 11 Big Eye. Big Eye is just, I like to be able to snatch steal my opponent's cards. Sometimes my opponent has a monster over there. It doesn't say cannot be targeted, cannot this, that, and the other thing. Sometimes they don't. So when they don't, I sit here and I make sure, I say, guess what, you messed up, sir. Let me get that monster over here. Start linking away, doing plays I want to make. I run 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal. Flare Metal is just, you know, a crazy card. Just to be able to make sure that you can go on this after you've done a lot of damage to your opponent, and if your opponent's down to the right numbers and they have to start making plays, you're gonna make them pay for it. Just, hey, pay to play the game, baby. I'm also running 1 Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon is just to make sure that if there's a lot of problematic back rows you're having to play through, just use Tornado Dragon, pop those off. It can be used during either player's turn. That's something I was looking at too with the deck. I want to be able to make it a little bit more versatile so that you can play it on your opponent's turn, on your turn, depending on what options you got to play into or what you're playing up against. It just gives you a little bit more versatility. Also the same thing with the Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller, just there's a lot of graveyard effects that pop off, and some of them graveyard effects can get pretty nasty real fast. So if you can start getting the board set up the way you want to, throw an Abyss Dweller out there. Yes, his number is low, but you can protect it depending on how you set up your board. It can be very useful and, you know, very detrimental to your opponent. I'm running 1 Pentastag. This is just good also too. I'm trying to get around a lot of just really summoning crazy on the board, like really combo plays. I don't want to flex so much anymore. I want to be able to get to the main objective of the goal, just pretty much knock my opponent's life points down. So if my opponent sees my board, they start seeing too many big monsters, they put something in defense mode, go into this, just start burning your opponent up or just beating your opponent down. Very useful for trample damage. Same idea with Underclock Taker. I'm using Underclock Taker. If you have your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon on the field, your opponent has a monster over there, put your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon underneath this, drop it down, just do the extra damage that you need to do without going to too much summoning. We're running 1 Heavy Metalfoes Electromite. This is just in every Pendulum deck. It's just going to help you get that free advantage that you want to get, to be able to protect it, be able to make sure that it's on board, getting your link markers set the way you want to, and just, you know, getting in plays, just cheesing on your opponent. That's all you want to do. I'm also running a small Nightmare Engine and the 1 Nightmare Cerberus, the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, the 1 Nightmare Unicorn. To me, I like this for the versatility, you know, to be able to pop monster spells or just spin some problematic card back has been very useful. It's just a different mindset the way you have to go about it, but this right here, this little package right here can help you get around a lot of, you know, technical situations that you might get into with the different types of decks that you play. Whether it be meta or non-competitive decks, whatever you want to play, it can just help you get around a lot of iffy situations. And lastly, for the extra deck, I'm running 1 Borlo Dragon. This card is just good. It helps you to get around a lot of problematic cards. The main thing is I like to be able to snatch steal my opponent's stuff. If you like to just beat your opponent down, you can switch this out for Boral Sword. Boral Sword is also another good card, just to be able to just uppercut your opponent out of nowhere. Your opponent won't see it coming. You can go into Boral Sword so easily, but I just like this guy to be able to drop attack points down. Also too, to be able to steal your opponent's monster can be very helpful to you and just make the plays the way you want to. But that's it for the deck profile, guys. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also to be sure to Gallic gun that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys for all your love and support. We're out.